If you're over 50 and you've been told that your back pain is just something you have to live with, a normal part of aging, then I need you to listen up. That nagging, relentless ache, the stiffness that your unofficial alarm clock every morning, the pain that makes you hesitate before you bend down to tie your shoes, that is not just about getting older. It's a sign of a very specific condition, a real enemy to your mobility, called degenerative disc disease. But here's the good news, and it's truly great news. You are not powerless. I'm Gavin from Gavin Will Physiotherapy and the 10X Physio channel. As a back pain specialist with over 25 years of helping people over 50 stay mobile, active and out of the doctor's office, I can tell you there's a simple daily routine you can start today to fight back, stop the pain and get back to the life you want to live. Stick with me for the next few minutes and I'll walk you through exactly what to do. You don't need any fancy equipment and you can do it all right from home. This is about understanding who the real enemy is and giving your body the right tools to win. So what exactly are we up against here? What is degenerative disc disease, or DDD? Well, despite the scary name, it isn't really a disease at all. It's a term that describes the normal wear and tear on your spinal discs over time. So, picture the discs between your vertebrae as little jelly donuts. When we're young, these donuts are plump, juicy and full of water, acting as perfect little shock absorbers for the spine. So if I show you my spine right here, so these are your vertebra, and then in between here, so this little bit here, this is one of those discs, okay? So really important to understand that. They let us bend and twist without a second thought. As we get older, these discs naturally start to lose water and dry out a bit. They get thinner, less flexible, and not quite as good at their shock absorbing job. So it's kind of like a tire that's slowly losing air. As the discs deflate, the space between your vertebrae gets smaller. This can lead to the bones rubbing closer together, causing inflammation and that familiar ache. Sometimes the tough outer wall of the donut gets tiny tears and the jelly-like centre can bulge or leak out, which really irritates the sensitive nerves nearby. This process is exactly why certain things suddenly start to hurt. Sitting for a long time, for example, can put almost 3 times more pressure on your lower back discs compared to standing. That's why your back might scream at you after a long drive or a day at your desk. Bending and lifting put direct stress on those worn out discs. The result is often that chronic nagging pain in your lower back or neck, which can sometimes shoot down into your hips or legs. You might also feel that awful stiffness, especially in the mornings, or the feeling that your back could go out at any moment. Here's the wild part. By age 50, that includes myself, most of us will show signs of disc degeneration on an X-ray. But that absolutely does not mean you're doomed to a life of pain. Pain only happens when this process starts to bother the surrounding nerves and joints. Understanding this is step 1. You're not just fighting a bad back, you're fighting the specific effects of disc dehydration, and we can do something about that. So, how do we fight back? The biggest mistake people make is to stop moving because they're afraid of the pain. But motion is lotion for the spine. We just need to do the right kind of motion. Our first line of defense is a strong, stable core. Your core muscles in your abs, back and pelvis are like a natural corset for your spine. When they're strong, they take a huge amount of pressure off those discs. They act like a built-in muscular brace that protects your back. And I'm not talking about old school crunches or intense sit-ups, which can actually sometimes make the problem worse. We need simple, targeted moves that wake up those deep stabilizing muscles. Here are 2 game changers to start with. Consistency here is everything. So first up is the pelvic tilt. This is ground zero for reconnecting with your core and gently waking up your lower back. So basically you're now lying onto your back for this pelvic tilt exercise, okay? So knees are bent, feet flat. You can rest your arms just down by your side. All we're going to do here is we're going to tilt the pelvis forward. So when you tilt that pelvis forward, your lower back arches away from the mat. And then you tilt back. So as you tilt back, you're engaging into the lower abdominals and the lower back flattens down and onto the mat, the floor, the bed, wherever you're doing this exercise. Hold for a couple of breaths. And then we take that into the opposite direction. So again, we arch that lower back away from the mat as the pelvis tilts forward. And then tilt back, engage those lower abdominals. Press the lower back into the bed. Now we'll just do one more. Coming forward. And then tilt back. That is our pelvic tilt, and you want to be able to do 8 to 10 repetitions of this exercise. Second up, the bird dog. This is one of the safest, most effective ways to build core stability without putting your back at risk. So this is bird dog, and in this bird dog we are in this kneeling tabletop position. Okay, so we're kneeling, knees underneath the hips, hands close in underneath the shoulders there. Don't let your head drop forward. Okay, we're keeping that head up but the chin tucked. So a nice straight line down the spine. Okay, we've engaged those lower abdominals, so the belly button's lifting up and away from the floor there. Taking a breath in. On the breath out, I'm going to lift my right arm and left leg and reach up like so. Take a breath in, come back, swap over to the other side, like so. And again, just nice, slow and controlled movements. And that is bird dog. You want to be able to do around 8 to 10 repetitions on each side. All right, now that we're building that strong foundation, let's talk about loosening things up and getting rid of that stiff feeling. When your back hurts, the muscles around it tend to seize up to protect it, which just creates more pain. Gentle stretching brings in fresh blood flow, nourishes the joints, and basically tells those tense muscles it's safe to relax. Here are 2 of the best stretches for this. Remember, gentle is the key word. You're looking for a mild stretch, never sharp pain. First up is the knee to chest stretch. This is a beautiful way to relieve tension in your lower back and your hips. So with the knee to chest stretch, we're lying on our back, so supine. We're just going to take one knee and grab around that knee and ever so gently just pull that up towards the chest. Again, must be a comfortable position, but stretching, okay? Not everybody has the best range of movement, but as long as you feel a stretch and that's comfortable for you, we're going to hold that for around 20 seconds. Once we've done that side, we'll release and relax. And then we just swap straight over to the other side. Same thing. We're just gently hugging that knee up to the chest. Again, we hold again for around 20 seconds. And then relax. And you want to be able to do 3 to 5 of these on each side. Next, we have the cat-cow stretch. This is a yoga staple for a reason. It promotes flexibility through your entire spine in a super safe and controlled way. So with cat-cow, we start in this kneeling tabletop position again. So you can take a breath in. On the breath out, we're going to tuck the tailbone underneath and then just tuck the chin down underneath. And we're almost trying to push that spine up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in and then breath out. We just let everything uncurl. Okay, so the lower back dips down towards the floor there. Take a breath in, breath out, tailbone tucks underneath, chin tucks underneath, and we're pushing that spine up towards the ceiling. Breath in, breath out. We let everything unfurl again. Lower back dips down just towards the floor. We'll just do one more. Breath in, breath out, tailbone tucks underneath. Breath in at the top there, and then breath out. We can let that spine drop back down to the floor. That's cat-cow, and you want to be able to do 8 to 10 reps of these in each direction. Now, the last piece of the puzzle isn't about a specific exercise, but more about how you move or don't move all day long. Being sedentary is one of the worst things for spine dealing with degenerative disc disease. Your discs need movement to get their nutrition. The key is making it low impact. This is where walking becomes your superpower. It's low impact, it strengthens the muscles that support your spine, boosts blood flow, and keeps you mobile without hammering your discs. Just aim for a 20 to 30 minute walk on most days. Doesn't have to be a power walk. A steady, comfortable pace is perfect. Just as important is your posture. Slouching, especially when you sit, puts a massive amount of strain on your lower back. Get into the habit of checking in with yourself. When you're sitting, try to keep your feet flat on the floor, your back supported by the chair, and your shoulders relaxed. And here's a spine-saving micro habit. If you sit a lot, get a timer and get up every 30 minutes. Just stand, stretch, and walk around for a minute. It's simple, and it's a thing that makes a huge difference. Okay. On top of the daily routine, here are a few lifestyle tweaks that are absolute game changers. First, try to maintain a healthy weight. Extra weight, especially around the belly, is like carrying a heavy backpack on your front all day. It puts a constant heavy load on your spine. So losing even a little bit of weight can bring a lot of relief. Second, check your sleeping position. Sleeping on your stomach can twist your neck and back into awkward positions. The best bets are sleeping on your back with a pillow under your knees or on your side with a pillow between your knees. Both help keep your spine in a happy, neutral alignment. Thirdly, drink up. Water, that is. Your discs are mostly water, so staying hydrated is surprisingly important for keeping them as healthy as possible. An anti-inflammatory diet, think salmon, nuts, fruits and vegetables, can also help calm things down. Finally, if you smoke, you know what I'm going to say. Smoking is brutal for your circulation, and that means it chokes off the blood supply your discs need to stay healthy, which can actually speed up the degenerative process. Now, a quick but really important reality check. This routine is designed to be safe and effective for the common aches and pains of degenerative disc disease. But you have to know when it's time to call in a professional. If your pain is from a recent injury or if it's severe, constant and getting worse, please see a healthcare professional and pay close attention to any red flag symptoms. We're talking about numbness, weakness, or tingling that shoots down your leg. This may be urgent, and also any changes in your bowel or bladder control. These can be signs of serious nerve issues that need immediate medical attention. A good physiotherapist can also be your best friend, creating a plan that's tailored perfectly to you. Living with back pain after 50 is not a life sentence. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge you are absolutely equipped to handle. The enemy isn't your age, it's the effects of degenerative disc disease. And by understanding what's really going on and consistently using this routine, building your core, stretching gently and moving wisely, you can take back control. You can stop the pain. You can get your life back. If this was helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. It tells the algorithm that this is good stuff and helps get in front of more people who need to hear it. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video, which is on more back pain. It's more about safe movements, about keeping stiffness at bay. So it can be a huge part of your recovery. So be sure to check it out on the 10x Physio channel. I've also put on the 10x Physio channel another video which is the best sleeping positions for back pain. And I really want to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you're going to start doing today to take care of your back? Your journey to feeling better starts with that very first step. So go ahead and take it. And I'll see you in the next video.